Good afternoon to all and one present over here. Now we like to introduce our next resource person, Dr. Sangram Ray, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, NIT Sikkim. Dr. Sangram Ray is an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, National Institute of Technology, Sikkim, India. He has more than 15 years of teaching and research experience and more than 10 years of administrative experience in various capacities, including Dean, Head of the Department, Member of Board of Governors, Member of Senate, Faculty in charge of Training and Placement Cell, Faculty in charge of ICT Infrastructure, Faculty in charge of Alumni Affairs, etc. He has obtained MTech and PhD from Indian Institute of Technology, Dhanbad, India. His research area includes cryptography and information security, elliptic curve, cryptography, content-centric network, Internet of Things, cybersecurity, blockchain technology, etc. 5 candidates have been awarded PhD degree in computer science and engineering, and 1 postdoctoral fellow has completed her tenure under his solo supervision. At present, he is supervising 5 PhD candidates as a solo supervisor and 2 PhD candidates as a joint supervisor. He has published more than 70 research papers in SCI indexed international journals, conference of repute, book chapters, etc. and delivered around 50 keynote lectures and expert talks in international and national conferences, workshops, seminar, faculty development programs, short-term courses, etc. Dr. Ray has acted as the member of advisory committee, technical committee, program committee, session chairs, etc. in more than 100 international and national conferences, seminars, workshops, etc. He is a reviewer of around 40 international and national journals published by IEEE, Springer, Elsevier, Wiley, SCI, CSI, IETE, MDPI, Harvard, etc. He has been granted external funding of more than rupees 1 crore from R&D project, FDPs, etc. Currently, he is the chief investigator solo of one R&D project costing rupees 70 lakhs funded by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and co-pi of another R&D project costing rupees 30 lakhs funded by the IBITF DST, Government of India. He is also actively involved as the external expert and reviewer for MTech and PhD thesis evaluation of reputed institutes and universities. He is a fellow of IETE, senior member of IEEE, member of ACM, and life member of CSI, ISTE, ISCA, IEI, IAENG, ISCSIT, and CSTA. He will now discuss about data science in cyber security. We now hand over the session to Dr. Sangram Ray. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you, madam, for introducing me in such a nice way.
Welcome,
I am
sir.
really overwhelmed for your introduction.
Welcome, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
participants are all means faculty members, students, or mix?
Mostly are from the faculties.
Okay. Okay. And I heard that there was already a session in cyber security, right?
Yes.
So, so I guess that is already introduced, and all the participants are now have some basic concept on the cyber security. but not an issue. I will start from that cyber security and the use of data science for predicting the cyber threats and cyber security attacks, so that we can minimize the risk of attacks or threats to our valuable information systems and data. So to share, Dr. Paul, how it could be shared?
At the bottom, you can find share option.
Yeah. Then there is a share option.
Yes, then select your window.
Window or the entire screen?
You can also select the entire screen, no problem.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, clearly visible.
Yes, sir, visible.
Now,
Please make it full screen.
I made full screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
No.
No, sir. No full screen view is visible.
The slide changing is reflecting?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
No.
That means
Yes, sir. It's
Now the slides are changing.
Sir, you better select the from the share button, share option, the
particular slide.
particular application.
slide. Yeah, I have
Yes.
selected. Yeah, I have selected. Now it's visible, I guess.
It's visible. Yes.
Okay. So let's start.
So have you made
So-
it full screen?
Yeah, I made it full screen.
It is not.
I am
it is
scrolling
not
down.
working, I think.
No, it's not
No.
working, sir. Sir, please reshare your screen and
I think there should be
reshare
some,
your
network
application,
issue.
sir. Reshare your application, sir. Actually, I want to say that. From the share menu, just click on it and select the particular application, not the entire screen.
Share, then window, then the particular application. Okay, particular
Yes.
PPT. Yeah, I am sharing. Share. I have shared it. Is sharing a window?
Yes, sir.
Just sharing window.
Yes. Now it's.
It's visible.
I guess it's taking some fraction of seconds for reflection. Yes. Now it's working.
Someone is saying, please share the screen after sharing the slideshow. After starting the slideshow. Sorry.
Earlier it was working. I guess somebody confirmed. Is it okay? Is it showing the full screen?
Showing, but the change is not reflecting here, but screen is showing.
So we have to go
PPT
for
is
the
showing.
entire screen, I guess.
Yes, sir. It's working.
It's working now.
Yes. Next. Please check the next page. It's taking too much time, actually, I think.
Yes. After doing these sides, it's taking time. Is it?
No, still in your front page, title page.
So better let me test for the entire screen.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to stop sharing. And then share entire screen. Share.
Yes, it's working instantly.
Now it's okay. I guess now it's okay.
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Slide changing. Slide is changing.
Yes, sir. It's okay.
It's all
Perfect.
okay.
It's okay.
So, as suggested by the organizing team, I have fixed the title as Data Science in Cybersecurity. So, before initiating this talk, I must congratulate the organizing team to pick up these topics for 1 week faculty development program, because this machine learning and data science concept is nowadays very, very important in our computer science domain. And I picked up the topic cyber security because as you know that in this digital India platform, we must have to always focus on the security prospect, since starting from the morning to the night, whatever the activities we are doing through laptops, through mobile phone, so mostly we are completing each of our tasks through mobile phone only and using the internet. So all the data and information, especially our sensitive information, we are just providing all those information and exchanging those information through internet only. That means we are keeping our all the relevant and sensitive data in the cyber world. So focusing on that concept, I choose these topics, the cyber security, and I know that all of you understand the importance of the topics, cyber security. So, in line of your FDP, that is the data science, and the importance of the cyber security, I just going to demonstrate that how the data science can be used to provide cyber security to our information systems and our users' data to maintain the users' privacy. So before going to details, we must know that what cybersecurity is actually means. So to cover these topics, data science in cybersecurity, I have kept 5 subtopics. That is that the introduction to cybersecurity, introduction to data science, then how these two can mitigate, data science in cybersecurity can merge, and next one experimental case study I have considered, and finally that how use of data science, the risks of the cybersecurity can be minimized, and how it could be used to provide the cybersecurity in more better way. So first, I am going to discuss the introduction to cybersecurity. So what is cybersecurity? I guess all of you already have the concepts that cybersecurity is refers to secure valuable electronic and physical assets which have electronic access against unauthorized access. So these assets basically, our personal device, that is the mobile phone, tablet, laptops, computer, even nowadays the smart TVs. So all those are normally connected through the internet, and we are exchanging information through that internet only. So basically, whenever we are exchanging our information, please remember that whatever the information we are exchanging, that is going through open channel only. Open channel means no security is provided on that network communication. No security is provided on network communication. So how we can provide or can save your data? So that could be saved only if you will save your data during transmission. Considering a real life example, I can explain you in detail. Suppose you may think about that our real life road transport system. In our real life road transport system, what we are doing now, each and every vehicle just using the roads for communication, for transfer, for going from one place to other place. So whenever we are moving through roads, those roads are not secure. Roads are open to all. Anybody can access that roads, and there is no restrictions on access of the roads. And everything, whatever are transferred or transmitted through that road, maybe the highway or maybe the any main road. So everything is visible to every people. So there is no security on the road. But if you wish to keep secure yourself, then what you have to do? Now you have to safe and secure your vehicle. Means in terms of you have to close your doors and windows, and maybe that windows glasses are maybe in black or anything else, so that the people sitting in that vehicle is not visible to others. So what we are doing actually in our real life during road transport, now we are keeping ourselves secure just by covering ourselves inside a vehicle or anything else. But road is open to all. So just think in the same condition, same scenario during our network communication. So whatever the network channel we are establishing, whatever the network channel we are using for data communication, all are remain unsafe, unprotected. So that is the biggest confusion to everyone. Everybody thinks that whatever we are sending that's going through the secure channel. No, that's not going through secure channel. It's going through an open channel only, and anyone may have the access just implementing any kinds of attacks. So to save our data, we have to use some cryptographic techniques to hide our data in the uh, pageant form or in the readable form, from the readable format, so that the people who are seeing that data, they can't understand that what kind of data is transmitting. So some in intelligible format, we are just transforming our data. So that is the major concept of cybersecurity, that we have to keep our data safe during transmission or storage of data, so that the unauthorized people can't get access on it. So basically, in terms of the cybersecurity, just we are providing or keeping ourselves safe, doing the safeguard to our data from the threats and attacks. Threats, there is a difference between the cyber threats and cyber attacks. Threats means any probability, any chances or any possibility for the cyber attacks, that you may consider as a threats. And if something happens on your data, by which you are getting some kinds of damage, some kinds of loss of information, some kinds of, means you are a victim. So in that case, the attack is performed, so you become victim due to some kinds of cyber attacks. So basically, the cyber security is a technique by which we can protect our information from cyber threats or cyber attacks. So what are the aims of cybersecurity? First one is prevention of cyber attacks against critical assets. Assets means any kinds of assets, but sometimes we are more focusing on the critical assets. Critical assets means suppose banking information. So could you imagine that if somebody have access on your bank account, then what it can be? So whatever your assets, whatever your savings are there, that may be the balance may become zero within a fraction of seconds. So that's why the prevention, that is the major aim of the cyber security. Second thing is the detection of threats. So threats means any kinds of possibilities to execute any kinds of attacks. So that is the detection of threats. So you must have to be aware that you should not do any activity so that there will be a chances of the threats. So that's we have to taken care. Next thing is the response. Response means whenever we are getting that some kinds of threats may happen, so we have to respond immediately and have to protect our assets. For example, whenever we are thinking about our safeguard our houses, what we are doing now, whenever our living, whenever suppose our house is in critical assets, we are thinking that house is in critical. Obviously, house is in critical asset because we are keeping our properties safe in our house. Maybe we have some money, we have some jewelries, we are keeping safe in our almirah and we are locking it. So that is our critical assets. House may be considered as a critical assets. So detection of threats means whenever you are leaving a house, suppose you are moving for a vacation. So there is a possibility of threats because you know that if you will remain vacant your house completely, then at that time the attackers means the thief people or dacoits, they may target your house. So there is a possibility of threats. So that could be possible. So response to threats. So how you will respond to thief or to unauthorized access to your house? Now either you will keep it locked properly or you will depute a security guard to save your house. So you are responding to it. So these are the three main aims, that means prevention, detection and response to safeguard your critical assets or data. Next thing is the recover. Recover is that if the attack is happened, so in that case what you have to do, now you must have the option to restore the normal state of the system. Means if something happened, suppose your server is accessed by some people, so you should have some kinds of backup of the data. So anything happens, so you can restore the data from your backup. For example, I can say that for each banks have some data backup in different places. Considering that attacks may happen anytime to their banking systems, so they are keeping safeguard the a backup of the whole data of their banking systems. So these are the four things: prevention, detection, response and recover. Next thing is that privacy and security. There is a major confusion between the audience or between the peoples that what privacy actually means and what security actually means. And basically these two are two different things, but both these are provided only using the cyber security. Privacy means, see, privacy means this is the lock symbol. What the basically lock symbols suggest? It suggests that you have kept your data locked. Means unless you or any user who is authorized or trusted, that means who have the key, they can only open the data, can access the data. For example, suppose whenever we are locking our main gate of our house, so what we are doing? So whenever we are locking, then that means that house is not accessible by other people. So who can access? Now the people who have the right key, they can access the house. So in the cyber world also, the people who have the right key, they can access your data or the data whichever stored in their server. So who are the people who can access? In real world, suppose in your lock you have the one key, then the people only who have that key he can access. Or nowadays a lock may have the multiple keys. So to whom you will issue a key, only that fellow can access your room or access your house. So whenever you are issuing a key, just please try to understand the importance here. Whenever you are issuing a key to somebody in the real world, that means what? That means that the person obviously is genuine or authorized person or your known person. That's why you are handing over a key to that people. Maybe our relatives, maybe our some well-known neighbor, we are just handing over the key. Please keep that key to access my house. So those fellow must be authorized or must be well-known. Then only you are handing over the key to access your house. So in cyber world also, the server will test that whether the people who is trying to access the data stored in the server is authorized or not. So how he will be ensured, the server will be ensured that he is authorized. So there will be some kinds of exchange of information, and that must have to be provided rightly. So if that is rightly provided, then the user will be allowed to access the data. So by this way, we can maintain the privacy of user. Privacy is obviously of the user's data. Privacy of the user's data or user's privacy. And security is the data security. Security means the whatever the data is exchanged or communication, that is the security. So normally you maybe you people are have seen several times these two symbols, but these two symbols are completely different. One is privacy, one is security. So security is provided during the exchanging of the information through open channel, and privacy means whenever the user is storing his sensitive information to any server or any device. So these are the main things, privacy and securities. So normally to maintain our privacy, the several organizations have seven kinds of privacy policies. So those privacy policies are maintained in the cyber world to maintain the user's privacy. And for security purposes, there is some kinds of security algorithms or encryption decryption algorithms which are applied before exchanging data through open channel. Now, why do have the security risks? This is the biggest questions that arises, that why do have the security risks? Security risks, we must what I can say, that security risks is there because you can't trust everybody in real world. Nobody can trust that this fellow is a genuine fellow and he is not thinking about of any kinds of misbehave or wrong activity towards you on your properties. So risk is always there, and that may comes through from any direction. So first one we have considered here, applications with several dependencies. We are using several mobile applications or several kinds of softwares or accessing several web browsers, and they have several dependencies. So the attacks may possible in that direction, because maybe that the security of that application is not safe, or maybe whatever the applications you are using, they are accessing your data but not keeping that data in a safest place. So there is the possibility. Second, logical errors in software code. So whenever a software engineer is designing software, there may be some kinds of errors on which may hamper the security of that software. So that is a risk of security. Next, organizational risks. Organizational risks means in any kinds of organization, they are accessing your data, they are asking your data, and they are ensuring you, yes, we will keep safe of your data and we will not share your data to anybody. But still there is some issues from the organization's prospects in terms of safe storage of your data, or sometimes the wrong activity by the fellow or by the administrators of that organization. For example, I can mention that whatever the banking frauds you are listening or you have heard in the newspaper, maximum times you will understand that some banking officers were involved in that case. So there is the possibility from the organizational prospects, security risks. Next thing is that lack of user awareness of cyber security. So this is the biggest problem in my view. I think that this is the most common problem of cyber attacks. You people also, I guess, may agree with me, because the user awareness, that is very, very important. In the domain of cyber security, you must have to aware that what you are doing, but we don't know. For example, few days back, we had I had a discussion with the bank manager of SBI in a branch, and I asked him that you are you are opening a savings account and you are issuing the ATM card to each and every people, right? Bank manager say yes. I told, then you are also issuing the illiterate people also to access their banking system. Then bank manager replied, yes sir, because nowadays so many government policies, so many government rules are there. We have to create the zero balance account for Mondega, etc., etc. So many schemes are there, and we are also handing over the ATM cards and PIN. I told him, you are handing over ATM card and PIN. Did you make them aware that what is the importance of that PIN? The manager told, is it audible to all of you? Hello? Any issue?
No, sir.
Okay, so it is audible, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So the manager replied, sir, in SBI, we don't have the sufficient time to individual aware each and every customers. We are just issuing the ATM cards and PIN numbers and the leaflet. I told them, your leaflet is in only English and Hindi. And suppose in West Bengal, I guess maximum people don't know Hindi language, and few of them know the English language. But still, suppose you may consider me, I know Hindi, I know English, but do you think that I have read line by line every times? No, nobody is reading line by line every times. Even whenever we are using creating any kinds of ID and password or any kinds of login credential, whenever we are providing, no one we are reading line by line the terms and conditions. We are just check the box and we are just going to the next stage. So nobody knows that fact. So what is the result? Result is that the people, you are telling that don't expose your PIN to other people, but people, they don't have the option. So they are keeping their PIN with ATM card or writing somewhere, or even they are asking for help in the ATM machine, in front of the ATM machine, to help them to withdraw their cash, because they don't know. You have not trained the common people that how to access the ATM card. Yes, this is the reality. Please try to understand of our systems. This is the reality. Maybe the 20%, 30% people who are using frequently, we are very experts to access the ATMs. But just think about those people who have the zero balance account, who are the member of the Mondega or etc., so many government policies. So maybe you people, some of the participants who are attending this talk, maybe you people also have seen this scenario, that they are asking that, could you please help me to withdraw some money? So that means what? Now we are exposing. Instead of maintaining or safeguarding our ATM cards and PIN number, we are just sharing with others people, because we don't have the option. We don't know that how to use it. So that is the biggest problem. So many messages we are receiving. The second example, so many messages we are receiving that please don't share your OTP received through phone to others. So bank is frequently sending that messages. Then in which language they are sending the messages? Obviously English. And tell me please that how many of the banking customers actually knows that in English? then that is in vain. Then I told that manager that why you people are not sharing that SMS or the leaflets in the native language. Suppose in West Bengal, you should issues in Bengali language. In Tamil Nadu, you should issues in Tamil language. You should do it. Otherwise, that is totally going in vain. Whatever the money you are investing, that all are in just going in vain. So he understand and he told me, okay, Professor, during our general level meeting, I will put up your suggestion. Let's see what we can do. So these are the biggest problem of our systems. So lack of user awareness. We don't know, we don't understand. In banking scenario, all of you please remember, the banking people always say that either from banking side or from your side must have to be present physically during financial transaction or any kinds of or implementation of any kinds of instructions. If banking people have given you any kinds of instructions, then and you are going to implement it, suppose for KYC update, either bank people have to be present physically, means bank people will be in front of you, or you will be at bank. Otherwise, please don't follow any kinds of instructions received either through email or through SMS or through any kinds of links. Please don't do it. So these are the kinds of lack of user awareness, and that's why several incidents is happening in cyber security, means as a cyber attacks. Next is the personality traits of individual using the system that I already discussed. That means you must have to be trained before using any kinds of system, that how the system works, how the system verifies the genuine user. Next point, inherent issues in the internet protocol being used. This is a technical, means whatever the internet protocol you are using, you must have to always use the secure protocol. So please always check that you must have to use the HTTPS. Means whenever you are using any kinds of browser, that must have to be in green signal, or it will be written HTTPS. If it is S is not there, please try to avoid that kinds of website. Maybe it is in government. Sometimes governments is also careless and their website is kept in without security. So please try to avoid, because there is a chances of the data fraud. So please avoid those things. Next thing is that the CIA triad. I guess you have some idea. That is that CIA means the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So these three combinedly providing the network security or cyber security. So first is that the confidentiality. That means whatever the data we are sharing through open channel. I repeat, open channel. I already demonstrated that we are using the open channel only, not the secure channel. Establishing a secure channel is very, very costlier. So we are normally using the open channel. So whatever the data we are using, the data is exchanged through open channel only. So during the exchange of the data, we must have to keep our data confidential. So to do that thing, normally we are using the encryption decryption techniques, where using the encryption techniques, we are converting our plain text data to the ciphertext data. What is the plain text? Plain text is the readable text, means the understandable text. And suppose someone's name is there. My name is Sangram. If Sangram is there, so that is the plain text. So everybody can read it, that it's a name and it's representing the person Sangram. So, but in ciphertext, what is that? Now on the plain text Sangram, we will apply a encryption algorithm, and that encryption algorithm will convert the plain text into ciphertext. What is that? Now that will be the meaningless. Means if you will read the data, you will not find any meaning on it. So you will leave it. Arey, what is written here? Meaningless. So you will leave it. So that is the ciphertext. and that ciphertext will be transmitted through the open channel to whom? To the receiver. And whenever the receiver will receive it, so he will again do the decipher using the decryption algorithm. So using the decryption algorithm, he will decipher it and again will get the original text which is sent by the sender, that is the Sangram. So during this whole transmission, the sender systems converted the data to ciphertext, and that ciphertext is transmitted through the open channel. So everybody who are seeing that data, they will not get the meaning of the data. And after receiving, the receiver will decipher it and will get the receiver system will decipher it and will get the actual data which is sent by the sender. So receivers got its desired result without exposing the data to the other people. So that is the major achievements of the properties confidentiality. Means data will remain confidential during transmission. Next is the integrity. Integrity normally is used to identify any modification or destruction of information in an unauthorized manner. So integrity, basically there is a huge confusion between the confidentiality and integrity. So confidentiality just making yourself ensure that the data is remain confidential during transmission. That is the confidentiality. And integrity is what? The integrity is that after receiving the data, receiver will check some technical process and will be ensured that during transmission the data is not changed. The data is not changed during transmission. So that is the integrity. So receiver will do that some testing and will be ensured that yes, that is not changed during transmission. For example, I can tell you one real life example. Suppose whenever we are ordering food from Zomato or Swiggy, so what actually they are doing? So whenever they are dispatching your food, so they are keeping it in a aluminium foil and they are making it sealed on it. Okay, so that means what? That means they are doing it to hide the content of that box. Means whatever the food you have ordered, the delivery boy can't understand that what he is containing. So inside the box, inside the aluminium foil, so whatever he is containing, he don't know. So that is the main aim of use of that foil, that the box. So the Swiggy are maintaining the confidentiality of your ordered food. And whenever you are receiving, then what is going on your mind? That suppose you have issued the food item, maybe the fried rice and chili chicken. So what is your expectation? Please understand, try to understand the concept here. So you have ordered the fried rice and chili chicken. So what is your expectation? Your expectation is that you will receive the fried rice and chili chicken. You will receive the fried rice and chili chicken. So whenever you are unboxing it, you are eagerly waiting to see the fried rice and chili chicken. But if instead of fried rice and chili chicken, if there is the roti and aloo dum, that means what? That means that is not your desired packet to receive by you. And that is not the desired packet which the sender sent to you. So that means the packet is exchanged during transmission. That means data integrity is not preserved. So what you are doing here, you are unboxing it, and in real world, you know that the fried rice and chili chicken should be there. But instead of fried rice and chili chicken, somebody either changed the whole box, whole foil, or have taken the food from inside the box and again just fill it using the roti and aludam. So they have changed the data. Either the whole box can be changed or the part of the data may be changed, and then again transmitted to your address. So whenever you are receiving, you must have to undergone some kinds of testing, verification to ensure whatever the data you are expecting, whether you have received the same data or not. So that is the integrity. So that is the integrity. There is a huge difference between the confidentiality and integrity, and maximum people and maximum students are getting mixed up here. And next, I guess that I have able to clearly demonstrated the difference between these two. Next thing is that availability. Availability. This is very common thing. Availability means it's a property to ensure reliable on-time access of information, assets, and system to authorized entity. So means what? Means that whatever the data we are storing in the server or any kinds of system, that data must have to be available to the genuine user on the right time. Very, very important. Right time. Right time means what? Now, whenever you are asking the data must be available immediately. Otherwise, there will be no value of it. For example, suppose you are asking you are going to book a ticket in IRCTC, suppose in Tatkal mode. So whenever you are going to access the bank server for transferring the payment to the IRCTC so that the ticket can be booked. So if that is getting delayed, then you will not be successful to get or book a Tatkal ticket. If bank server will not respond in time, then you will not be able to book a ticket in time. So availability means the data must have to be accessed in the right time to the right user. Another example I can say, suppose you have stored all your medical data in hospital server, and in the time of emergency you are telling that all of my previous medical records are available to your server, but server is denying to access the data. Then see the pathetic situation. So availability must have to ensure that the data must be available to right time to the right user. Now you will say, yes sir, available means तो data must be available होना ही चाहिए था. तो इसमें problem क्या है? The problem is that the server is not allowing everybody to access the data. Server is allowing to access the data to those users who are fulfilling the required criteria. That means it is asking either for some kinds of identity passwords or asking some kinds of confidential information, asking some kinds of security questions, and you have to provide the right answer to that system. Then only the data will be available. So there is some kinds of access control also. Access control means not the all data are available to all people. All data are not available to all people. In banking scenario, whenever you are visiting a bank, you will see the person sitting in front of that single window. He is just capable to doing the credit and debit only. He is not capable to issue a demand draft. For that purposes, he needs a permission from assistant manager or branch manager. Then only he can issue a demand draft. So there is the restriction of the access. The person sitting in the upper hierarchy have the more access. At the same time, he has to provide the more security checks. So these are the main things: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Based on these three properties, the total cyber security remains standing. Next thing is that multi-factor authentication. So authentication is very, very important terms. we are doing it in daily life. For example, we can say that we are doing that the ATM transaction or any kinds of website accesses, etc., etc. So why it's called the multi-factor authentication? Now, based on the security credentials, the user informations, users credentials we are providing, based on that, we can categorize as one-factor authentication, two-factor authentication, three-factor authentication, or more. For example, whatever you are seeing here in the first column, that is the ownership factor. So it could be considered, if we will see only this the first column, that can be considered as the one factor authentication. One factor authentication means the user have something. The user have something. User have something means suppose for the employee of an organization, of a college, or of an IT company, so they must have a iCard. So based on that iCard, he is allowed to enter the inside of that organization. Unless he has the iCard, he is not allowed. So that the iCard or the smart card by which you are doing the swap, and then the gate is open. So that you have, that card you have. So that is the one factor authentication. For two factor authentication, the second column will be added with the first column. That means the user have something, that is the first column, and user know something. User know something, that is the second column. That means user have a smart card and user also have a PIN. User also know the PIN. So have smart card means ATM card and know the PIN or password. So combining these two, it represents the two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication. So normally, whatever we are doing in our ATM machine to withdraw the cash, we are performing the two-factor authentication. The technical words is two-factor authentication. Next is that inherence factor. That is the biometric factor, that is the third factor. So if these three will combine, then it will be the three factor authentication. So in three factor, the first column will be the something you have, second column something you know, and third column something you are. You are means you are representing yourself. So you are representing yourself by what means? By fingerprint or by retina or by face recognition, etc., etc. So these three, if we are using all these three, then it will be a three-factor authentication. So based on the security strength of any systems or server will be increased based on the increasing of the factor. So obviously the three-factor authentications will be the more secure comparing to the one-factor or two-factor. Sorry. Next is the types of cybersecurity attacks. So these are the common attacks, I guess all of you know. The zero-day exploits, malware, distributed denial of service attacks, SQL injection, social engineering. Social engineering is nowadays a very common attack. That is also the unawareness of the users. I just want to mention here that whenever we are going for any kinds of vacation or anywhere, normally what we are doing, we are just giving an update on the social networking site, maybe the Facebook or anywhere else. So based on that, the attacker or the thief will be informed. You are just informing the attacker, yes, my house will be remain vacant because I am going for 5 days tour. So my house will remain vacant, or there will be a very much possibility that the house will remain vacant. So you are just insisting the thief to enter your house. So this is the social engineering attacks. Nowadays, it is working. It is working, and it is very, very higher security risks to the security systems. Next, that is the cyber security part. Next is the data science part. I guess nowadays all of you are aware about the data science. So There is the first thing is that the role of data science in cybersecurity in terms of the analyzing the large data set to identify patterns, anomalies, and potential security threats. Next is that we may use or apply the machine learning algorithms which can enable the detection of the unusual behavior and the predictions of potential risks to a systems. Next thing is that data-driven decision makings, which by which we can get some intelligent decision making for developing smart cybersecurity solutions. So these three roles of data science we may utilize to detect the cybersecurity attacks and to provide the solutions to minimize the risks of cyber threats or cyber attacks. So basically these are the brief overview, that is that the cybersecurity and data science, from that combinations we can get that we can easily identify the security threats, where the data science techniques will be utilized to identify and mitigate the security threats in enhancing the overall resilience of cybersecurity system. Second thing is that complex networks and systems can work both by the cybersecurity and data science, and can emphasize the analysis of the large data sets. And the last one is that prediction, that is the data science in cybersecurity can enable the predictive risk analysis, allowing for proactive measures to be taken to safeguard the systems and data. So this is a brief overview of data science methodology, where data collection and pre-processing is the first. Then we have to go for the model selection and evaluation. Then we have to go for the model training and optimization. And then we have to go for the deployment and integration. I guess maximum of people are working on the machine learning scenario, so they have the knowledge on it. That under data collection and pre-processing, we have to go for the acquisition of relevant data. Then we have to go for the data cleaning and transformation. Then we have to go for the feature extraction and engineering. Under model selection and evaluation, we have to go for the algorithm selection. Then we have to go for the training and testing. Then we have to go for the performance metrics. Next, we will go for the model training and optimization. Under model training, we will use the model training techniques, then hyperparameter tuning, then regularization and overfitting prevention. From there, we will go for the deployment and integration. Under deployment and integration, we have to do the real-time monitoring, and then integration with security infrastructure, and then finally model updates and maintenance. So this is the overall data science methodology we may use in cybersecurity scenario. And also we can use some traditional machine learning algorithms, where the machine learning algorithms, as you know, that can be categorized by supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. In case of supervised learning, means you can compare with it's that the some already information is already there, or some trained information is available. Supervised, in unsupervised case, that is not trained. So there are 4 types of, and each and every can be categorized. Suppose supervised learning can be categorized that the target variable in discrete and target variable continuous. Unsupervised, that is the unlabeled data. Semi-supervised, that is the label plus unlabeled. And reinforcement is positive and negative. So these are the basic things. I guess all of you have already gone through all these things, so I am not going in details. Next thing is that summary of data science in cybersecurity. So here I have shown some well-known machine learning algorithms. All of you, I guess, know that the decision tree, support vector machines, Bayes classifier, etc., and its advantages and its disadvantages. I will share this PPT with the organizing committee, so they will share with you people. So you will get it ready, and you may go through it in your later stage, or can utilize it in your research perspectives, that which algorithm you wish to utilize regarding as per your requirement. Next is that the machine learning tasks in the domain of cyber security, how we will use that. We are normally using the SVM to classify the various attacks such as denial of service attacks, probe, U2R, and R21. SVM is also used feature selection, intrusion detection, and classification. KNN is used for network intrusion detection systems. KNN and SVM are also used to build an intrusion detection systems. Desentry is used for feature selection and to build an effective networks. Random forest is used for network intrusion detection systems. Supervised for malware detection and analysis. Semi-supervised for network anomaly detection, and hidden Markov models to build an intrusion detection system. So as per your requirement, you may choose any techniques, and you can apply it on your scheme. These are the several applications in cybersecurity for anomaly detection, for behavioral analysis, and for threat intelligence. So for these prospects, we can use these machine learning algorithms. And others is also for advancements in technology, for real-time monitoring of the data and threats, and also for continuous improvement. So these can be done in the use of that machine learning algorithms and use of the data science. And some kinds of real-time incident detection is also can be done. That is the immediate threat identification. We can do it real-time detection, and just analyzing that the network traffics, and automated alerting systems also we can done use of the data science. Whenever some kinds of attacks can be possibility of that attacks, we can do it. Next is that we can reduce the dwell time so that that system can be recovered. And also I have considered here an experimental case study, and the detailed case study I have shown here, where our primary goal is to establish and evaluate the experimental session on applying machine learning algorithms for threat detection in IoT network traffics. So here we have considered objectives, and then machine learning models we have used for detections, and it has the others context and machine learning problems. We have used multi-class classifications. Data we have used IIoT 23 public data sets we have used, and infrastructure ULSIT library and science and information technology experimental labs we have used, and we have used the Python. And as per that evaluation metrics, we have considered the accuracy, precisions, recalls, and F1 score. I guess the people who are using the machine learning algorithms, they are normally commonly using all these analysis metrics. And these classifiers we have used. And in our systems, we have at first dataset identification, and then we have identified the machine learning algorithms, then model evaluation criteria we have fixed up, then we have done the modeling, then as per that high performance algorithm identification we have done, then summarization and visualization. So this is the complete process we did it, and then finally the evaluation concerning the reviewed researchers in that field. So these are the step by steps, and based on that we have found that each here representing the 21 features and 2 levels, and here all kinds of attributes are mixed with and attribute descriptions also we have given here, some kinds of label explanation. Whenever you will go through these slides, you may need for the better explanations. And this is the main scenario, that the first sample includes the 4 level classes, where regular traffic, denial of service attack, Occido, and horizontal sports scanner. These kinds of attacks have been identified from the 5 million records. And the second sample includes the complete set of level classes, So these are the classes, and these are the workflow for that applying the machine learning algorithms. And the results is that we have finding out process the multi-class data sets, and we have, based on that accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score, we have finalized that the naive-based classifiers has the worst performance than the other models observed in both scenarios. However, the precision is significantly higher than the recall, which means fewer false positive results. And for the support vector machines also, it's performed better than naive Bayes. However, the values are better when the classifiers is applied to an unbalanced set than the balanced one. A logistic regression is slightly better than SVM, and the decision tree achieves the highest result, and the random forest is also achieves the similar result to the decision tree. So these are the experimental study we received. And finally, this is the incident recovery and future trends parts, where we have concluded that we can get the adapted incident response just use of the data science, where the dynamic threat response we can get, automated remediations we can get, and post incident analysis to we can also get to protect the future attacks. And other one is that the recovery strategies, that is the resilience planning, we can do it use of the data science, and recovery optimizations also we can do it. For future prospects, I can say that the future of cyber security data science can involve that predictive threat intelligence, and to protect or to defense against the threats, and also explainable AI. Data science can also be used for explainable AI in security, ensuring the transparency and decision making, and also that ethical AI governance. That means it can be responsible and can ethical use of the AI in security applications. So these three prospects, that is the predictive threat intelligence, explainable AI in security, and ethical AI governance. So in that prospects, we can use that the data science in that cyber security. So these are the references I have used, and that's all. These are my contact information. These are my contact informations which you can use me for any kinds of further informations or any kinds of assistance for research prospects, or for any kinds of collaborations for R&D projects, or anything else. So I am always available on these email IDs and also in that phone number. And my profiles are also available in LinkedIn, ResearchGate, and Google Scholars. You may go through it, and you may contact me for any kinds of informations or discussions. So that's all. Any queries from that audience? I guess I have completed in time, Dr. Paul.
Yes, sir. You have completed just before 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So if anyone have any confusion, may ask it. I will try to respond.
So any participant having any question, please ask.
Basically, I just want to say that basically for cyber security domain, if anyone have any interest to work with me, or to work under my supervision, or to work with any kinds of collaboration, you people are always welcome. I have not show you the recent trends on cybersecurity. It's an FDP, but since I had to maintain the time, and I have to also relate the cybersecurity in data science, I have just neglect those parts. But there are very, very interesting topics, that is the elliptic curve cryptography, identity-based cryptography, attribute-based encryption, and even nowadays the quantum cryptography or post-quantum cryptography. So these are very, very interesting topics. So for your research prospects also, you may focus on these topics to carry out your research, because you know that you have to change your domain, change your subdomain frequently, because nowadays the acceptance of the papers is getting, rate of acceptance is day by day getting minimized. And applying the machine learning tools, and to prepare a conference paper, that can be done, but just preparing a SCI journal paper, it will be hard. So you have to contribute in some technical manner, and there should be some novelty and sufficient contributions. So earlier stage, whenever the machine learning was designed, so that time it was a trends, just applying that a machine learning tools and getting a outcome or getting a project report or getting a paper in form and get it published. But nowadays, day by day, it is getting very difficult. So just this message I wish to convey to all of you, considering that the audience is from the faculty members or research scholars. So now if you have any queries, you may ask me.
I think no question from the audience. I think they are hungry now, and they are attending. Right now they are hungry. I think
No, there is two possibilities. There may be, Dr. Pal. Either they have not got it, means they are still confused on their cybersecurity prospects, or they got it the 100% clear concept. So if the second one, then I will be very much happy on it.
so. I also will be happy if the second will be the correct answer, but I don't know why they are not asking any question. So
Not an issue, not an issue.
okay.
So I must congratulate to the organizing team for organizing this faculty development program in such a nice way. Not only that the organizing team, but also that the college authority or college administration who have supported the organizing team to organize this FDP in smooth way, and have given the required infrastructure and required environment, and encourage you people to organize such kinds of faculty development program. And I hope that your institution in future will organize such events not only for the faculty members but also for your students, and also encourage them to participate in programs or workshops organizing frequently in other institutions also. Suppose, for example, for MTech students or PhD students or the faculty members, I am inviting that at NIT Sikkim, we are just organizing 3 consecutive workshops. Just from that last week, 3rd week of February to 2nd week of March, we are organizing consecutively 4-5 workshops, 3 in computer science domain, 1 in electronics domain, 1 in mechanical domains. So all the faculty members and MTech students or PhD students are welcome to participate, and we will provide you the TA, we will provide you the accommodation, we will provide you the food. So, and all the workshops will be for 1 week duration. So if you will go through our website, you will get the details. There will be the registration link. If you feel interested, you may apply on it. And all of you are welcome to attend. Okay, I hope this should be considered as a good news to all of you.
Yes, I think everyone wants to take this opportunity, because there is no required of money. Okay.
No requirement of money. We will provide you that the 3rd AC or 2 AC to and from fare, and also that the fare from NGP to Sikkim in share card.
Okay.
We will provide all, and also that shared accommodation will be provided, and food will be provided for 6 days. So it's a great opportunity for all of you, all the faculty members, research scholars, and MTech students. Not for the BTech students, not for the BTech students, because for registration, it's need at least 1 certificate in your hand, either bachelor certificate or master certificate or PhD certificate. Any certificate you need. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So,
thank you. Sir,
thank
I have
you.
a question for you from Bhaskar Chakraborty. He has asked, he has given two questions
Yes.
actually. What will be the future scope of the cyber security subject? This is the first
Future
question.
scope of the cybersecurity
Subject.
It's a nice questions. Nice questions. Cyber security subject. I don't know that in BCA or MCA syllabus or BTech, BTech MTech now they are using, but BCA MCA syllabus, whether the institutions or university are keeping cryptography and network security as a core subject. So, but we, being a BOCS member of several colleges, I encourage to all institutions to keep it as a subjects, because in digital world, except without cyber security, you can't survive. Without cyber security, you can't survive. Even whatever you are doing now, that means I am delivering a lecture from here and you people are listening from there. So anybody, if just imagine that some people came in between and just disturbing you, then it could not be finished in such a nice way. Whatever we have finished, going to finish now. So without cyber security, you can't survive. This is very important things,
And
because
one more.
nowadays everything will be converted to the digital world. So there is a huge scope in cybersecurity domain, in terms of research, in terms of jobs also. The cybersecurity experts are very few in IT sector, very few cybersecurity expert. But to get that kind of job, you must have to be trained, you must have to be expert in that domain. That means you have to practice that the how can attack can be detected, how you can keep protected from your system. So all those tools, cybersecurity tools, you have to gone through, and you have to make yourself experts in that domain. Okay,
As
and
one more
next
question
one.
is there, sir. What are the
Hmm.
research opportunities from the same person? Bhaskar Chakravarti has asked. What are the
Yes,
research opportunities?
I suggest I suggest to Mr. Bhaskar or Dr. Bhaskar that please go through some recent topics on elliptic curve cryptography, go through some recent topics on attribute-based encryption, identity-based encryptions, or any security papers. You just go to the Google Scholar, you just type the security term. You will get a lots of papers. Whatever you are reading in your computer science subject, suppose for example IoT, example fog computing, edge computing, cloud computing, every kinds of subjects, whatever you are learning or you are teaching, for all those security is needed. Means I can mention you that the fog computing security, IoT security, IOMT security, cloud computing security. Even the madam has mentioned that one of my area is that content centric network, that is the information centric network. In information centric network, that is totally based on the security. That is the future generation computer network. At present, we are using the IP based network, where we are finding out that the IP to IP we are communicating. But actually, at present, we are not doing that IP based network. Initially, whenever the IP based network was designed, our target was to communicate the hardware, not to communicate the exchange of data, not to exchange the data, because that time the hardware were very costlier. So that's why the IP based communication was established, was discovered, to communicate the printer with the system, to communicate one system to other system. So that is the IP based network. But nowadays we don't bother about the IP. We don't bother about that the from where we are getting the information. Suppose you are searching a movie, downloading a movie from the YouTube. We are not bothered that from which system it is coming. We are bothered about that the content. So that is the information centric network. That is the next generation network is coming, and that is in the R&D stage. Research and development is going on the information centric network. So we will be bothered on the content, not from where the content is coming. So these are there are the several subdomains in the field of cyber security, and you can use that the cyber security any domain, any area, and I will always welcome if you will communicate me for any further assistance. I will not hesitate to reply you. And for Bhaskar Chakraborty, again, I have already mentioned my contact details in my last slide, and I will share my slide with Dr. Paul or the organizing team, and they will share it with all of you. So I guess you will get
Actually,
it.
At the end of each day, we are sharing the videos for the day.
Yes, yes,
particular.
yes, yes. I have seen
Okay.
that is the nice decision you people have taken. So it will be kept preserved and will be accessible to all of you anywhere, anytime.
Actually, this is
That
due
is a
to
very good initiative.
actually
Very
if,
good initiative.
this will be helpful for all participants. They can go through several times. That's why we have taken this decision. Okay, sir. Thank you for
Thank you.
joining
Thank
with
you.
us. You have given time from your busy schedule, and I know you are going through some challenges. So thank you again to giving
Thank
us
you,
time.
sir.
We hope you will be with us in future also.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you to all. Once
Thank you,
again,
sir.
congratulations to all of you for
Thank you, sir.
successfully doing this program. Thank you. Bye
Okay,
bye.
sir. Bye,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.